What's up, y'all? It's that one dude, Do-Rag Rico, a.k.a. keep pressing the square button and you're gonna hear his neck snap, a.k.a. oh shit, here we go again. Passing it off to the homie with hair hanging off the side of his head.
It's your boy, the one and only, Controversial K. I try to keep controversial at all times, 24/7, 365. If you don't understand, you better get to understand it.
You gonna pass the ball or what, dog?
I'm waiting on the torch.
That's the controversial part right there. Yeah. But with honors, I'm going to go ahead and pass it to the one and only. The one and only.
Well, y'all should know this by now. It's the one and only. The legend himself, a.k.a. Mr. Flank Daddy, a.k.a. Father Flank. Got a new one for you, a.k.a. Mr. Leifoh.
In the ribs.
Pause.
Come on, man. When you flank, you hit somebody in the side, man. Come on, man.
It's your man's G Knight. And I didn't hear him when I jumped into this pre-lobby, but I'm going to pass the torch over to the one and only.
Your boy, OG, Gogi, a.k.a. Butterfeet, a.k.a. the Ace of Spades.
The Ace of Spades.
Y'all don't know nothing about that song. Look it up. It'll do wonders for you.
And this is God damn.
Who coughing on that?
God damn, K-Con, wipe the mic, man. But this is
I ain't got no mistake.
This is the Shut My Dope podcast, and we are off up in here, something like the Ninja Turtles. I don't know what names anybody want to take, but we're gonna kick this off with character of the week.
Team Donnie.
Don't reclaim Donnie. From K-Con, character of the week with K-Con presented.
I'm Ralph.
And, you know, my character of the week, and, you know, he influenced me when I was younger. I thought the nigga was clean. I was like, damn, if I can whoop ass like this man, I would dress like this man. Hail from Edge City.
I can't wait.
Hail from Edge City. That nigga's a dog. Strap boots, camo pants, open black vest with the tattoos on the face and the chest.
Bars.
Rhymes.
The one and only. And if you don't know, you better find out real soon. Cool. Leifoh. If you don't know. Cool. From the infamous Hearst family.
He went back.
The OG with the triple kick, but with the ballerina kick to the jaw.
That shit is fucking flames.
That's my motherfucking character of the week. Wanna know why? Because that nigga didn't talk when he had to fight. That nigga just did what he needed to do. He was a jokester every time, but when it came to them hands, some slug old punches, that nigga get knocked the fuck out like Mike Tyson, nigga.
Oh, man.
Motherfucking Mike Tyson.
Oh, man.
Cole Hurst is that nigga. Character of the motherfucking week. And if you don't like that, go play the bouncers, nigga. Go play the motherfucking bouncers. Respect my pimping.
Fucking flames, dog. I didn't know that you would know his name.
Well, yeah, they say this whole government way.
That'll work, dog. That'll work, man.
Man.
Shout out.
I'm telling you, bro.
Man,
I'm telling you, bro. The bouncers was my shit.
Shout out to the bouncer, man. I could do like a whole episode talking about, hey, if that was a Netflix anime, that shit would be a trending topic for some time.
Oh, I forgot. Let me do a little add-on. I forgot that nigga caught you in a suit with red goggles. Dead.
Hold on. Say that one more time. What'd you say, dog?
If he caught you with a black suit and red goggles, the Mikado people.
Oh, you talking about when he was
beat your ass?
Oh, you talking when he was undercover?
Mikado Special Forces.
He was gonna beat your ass.
Man, Mikado Special Forces.
Shout out to the bouncer, man, for being for a game when you first see some pre-rendered cutscenes, and you could tell they was trying to push the gameplay to be close to those pre-rendered cutscenes. You could feel it when they was reaching for it.
Oh, it was a movie action. That's what it was.
You could feel it, like whenever they started, like it was, because I can't remember if it came out before or after Final Fantasy X. I can't remember.
It dropped in, I think it dropped in 2000 or 2001. It was one of those first releases when the PS2 came.
I think they was probably
Squaresoft. Remember, they were still Squaresoft at the time.
Yeah, I think they was developed alongside each other, but the graphics and the bouncer for the time that they came out, crazy. Crazy. But yeah, man, the first topic I'm gonna start off with. Oh yeah, that's Code Leifoh from the bouncer legend, voiced by the legendary Stephen Bloom. If you ain't know, legendary voice actor. But yeah, that's it. K-Con, that was flames.
Hold on.
You say what?
Let me throw something up in there for a second.
All right. You got it.
I want y'all to look at Sion Barzai get up and tell me that these niggas did not steal his get up and put it on Sora.
I thought they was
definitely him.
I thought they was Concept Brothers. Like,
I've always said when I seen Kingdom Hearts 1, I was like, bizarre.
Color scheme,
color scheme,
what the hell?
The look, like the way how the hair.
Yeah,
the chain on the shorts, the big ass shoes. They just changed the color of the shoes.
The jewelry, yeah. Shout out to them. And shout out to what's the y'all know the artist name who made these characters? Because you know he made all of them.
I had to look that up.
I'm sure he made all of them.
Man.
But shout out to him because he always know how to make characters that'll beat your ass, but they smile in every fucking concept art picture. I love that shit, dog. It might be the reason why I be smiling all the time. But yeah, man.
That motherfucker Volt wasn't smiling though.
I think he had like a small corner smirk in some of the pictures. I want to say
maybe.
Yeah, it wasn't like a grimace, like it wasn't like a grin like how Sion and Ko was, but yeah, like it's like a happy look that they got, but they'll still beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Volt used to fucking belly flop on niggas. Like,
yeah, he's a wrestler.
Yeah, he had the wrestling style. But he definitely had the wrestling style from his theme music. It shit sounded like, I don't know. This shit sounded like it sounded like a wrestling game where you play with Volt on there.
Yeah, Volt cool.
Now, while we talking about similarities. Don't your boy Volt? Have y'all played Final Fantasy VIII?
I haven't.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VIII. You go to college, you find out that the college
Don't he look like a skinny version of Zell?
Cole remind me of Zell, dog, because he got the tattoos, man.
He got the Tyson tattoo on his face, but the hair looks very similar, and the color scheme is just alike.
Yeah.
Only difference is he's wearing shorts.
Yeah, man. Shout out. We definitely gonna get to Final Fantasy because I want to talk about 16, but I'm about to kick off with this first topic because we gotta praise the gaming lords, the gaming lords out there because Scalper season is over with, folks. Scalper season is over with.
Hallelujah.
I mean, we all copped PS5s back when you had to go into the trenches. When you had to go into, I don't know, man. I had to do some crazy email alert type shit.
Shit, not me.
Me a PS5. That shit was not smooth like them last few generations where you could just go to the store and snatch one out the store. We all had to do all types of electronic shit. Well, you copped out the store, G? That's what you said?
I was about to say, I'm about to do like Leonard off of Bone Nuts. Not me. No, no, thank you.
I remember you telling me that you was about to cop. I can't remember
the exact way that
copped.
You did. It was a lucky day. I walked in Wally World. That's Walmart for y'all who don't know. Walked into Wally World and they had two of them. They had two of them stocked behind their little brackets.
What?
Yeah, they had two of them. And I was like, hey, are y'all home? People, they was like, oh, no. First come, first serve. I was like, let me get one right now.
Remember, Rico, I told you they had them in stock for a hot minute.
Dog, they only stay there for like 3 minutes, dog.
You thought, them shits was there for at least a week or two straight. And I was like, hey, I've been seeing it.
Gee, what time of the day was it when you came off up in there, man?
5 o'clock traffic jam.
That had to be when the restock trucks dropped, because they used to be like, the trucks coming around.
No, it was 2 left.
I don't know, man. I don't know how
bro,
many come
I'm telling you,
restock,
bro.
Man. I don't know.
Bro, it was just that time of the year when we were just trying to get it. Now, once everything died down, they was stocking them pretty evenly, and just people just coming in there and buying them. Cause I seen plenty of people come there and get them, and I was like, I got more. Like, oh yeah, we got more in the back right now. I'm like, oh, okay.
I was out there hunting for a PS5 when I was out there in the streets.
Man, I was stopping. You just got it at the wrong time.
I was stopping at it.
Should have took your time and waited. You knew it was going to die down eventually.
Man, fuck that, man. I had to take advantage of the technologies. Where I was looking on the Twitters, PS5 alert in your areas and all that shit. I was like, God damn, man.
It wasn't that big of a deal to me.
Man, you had to be patient, man.
I had to cop around that Christmas that I got it, man. I had to. But so if y'all out there, if y'all know somebody that's in tech and they money getting a little slow, tell them it's time to switch that hustle up, because charging about $1,000, $1,200 for a system that's about $500. Yeah, y'all gotta relax.
I'm trying to understand. I understand there was a chip shortage at that time, but like, seriously, what was the purpose of these niggas trying to round up a bunch of PS5s? Like, bro, y'all don't even game like that. Y'all don't even game like that.
It had nothing to do with
about money.
It had nothing to do with gaming. K-Cut
trying to make money.
K-Cut, yeah, man. It had nothing to do with
get rich quick, dog. That's all it was.
What I'm saying, bro, it was like y'all don't even game like the purpose of you getting like, nigga, you just gonna sit it on the counter and try to. No, I'm not buying that shit from you.
Get rich.
I'm not doing that shit.
Rich.
And then the niggas that was dumb enough to buy it, you should look yourself in the mirror and call your ass stupid.
Hey, my mama bought some of those, man. Come on, man. Nah, it was people that wasn't even, it was people that wasn't even aware. Like, it was people that wasn't even aware of people that's not in touch with the gaming culture. They like, well, if my baby asked for it, I'ma get it. Cause like,
that's what I'm saying. But like, I'm talking about the people that just bought it to buy it. What was the purpose? There was no reason for you to buy it.
Cause some people,
there was no reason.
Some people wanted to make it into a flex, like how designer clothes cost about $5. Like,
that's all it is.
It costed 10 times more, but because it got a certain symbol on it, hey, if I show this off, it means something. But like, I'm gonna say tragic trill story. Around the holiday season when I got my PS5, I found out that my mother was going to try to surprise me with a PS5, but I had already got mine in the mail. And then when she found out, I was like, I appreciate your efforts, mama, but I'm always on top of this. You ain't got to worry about nothing with these games when they come to me no more. You had to start worrying about that about 15, 12 years ago. But then, yeah, she ended up purchasing one, and yep, she got it from the Scalpers.
She still got it?
My little sister got it now, so it ain't gonna be put to waste. So I guess, but yeah, tragic trail story. Family member falling for the Scalpers. But hey, she wasn't in touch with the gaming culture, so I can't blame her. She was just trying to do something for one of her kids. That's all I can say, man. Shout out to all the mothers out there doing crazy stuff for their kids.
Wow,
oh, man. And on another note, y'all care about PSVR?
No.
I'm real with you. I'm gonna be seriously real with you.
I don't need to be doing all that while I'm gaming.
Right. I wish I would, bro.
Cause
I'm going through my TV.
See, apparently,
I kick a hole in the wall or something.
According to what I've been hearing in these podcast streets and these Twitter articles and such, the PSVR 2 is flopping. Flopping. And like, I feel the same way y'all do, because I don't see myself in my what I call my battleship, jumping and moving and jumping around. Like, gaming was made as the antithesis of that, to do crazy shit in the world at the press of a button. Now, to do some crazy shit in real life and have it happen in the game, that's not even like like typical in the room type gaming. That's like I remember me and K-Con was saying that's more like, hey, let's rent out a giant ass warehouse and make this shit into some type of like, I don't know, some type of theme park or theme setting where people could gather around and play VR games together. That's what I see VR leaning towards, like, cause right now the PSVR is what? How much is it about? Is it about like $400, $500?
I think something like that.
Man, so close to the same price as a PS5.
That shit costs the same. That shit costs the same as a console, and I'm not seeing any type of games that make me want to jump up and snatch it.
It seemed like the Oculus is a way better performer than that shit, and I wouldn't even buy that.
They offered me a free Oculus, and I didn't even take it. I'm not trying to have property damage. At one point my phone company offered me an Oculus, and I wasn't anticipating none of the titles that they tried to hang in front of my face. I was like, if I do this, I'm come on, man. What's the trending thing? People over 30 on Twitter. That's the trending thing. We over 30. I have children in the house. If I'm sitting up here wearing a helmet and I'm swinging around, it sounds dangerous, man. It sounds dangerous to me, man.
I wouldn't buy it at all. I would play it if they had it for like Left 4 Dead, like House of the Dead, or Time Crisis. That's it.
It sounds like
at a place, not in my house. At a place.
Okay for that.
Yeah, that's what
that shit was set up at like Best Buy or something. I probably tried.
Like I would. That's what I would play.
Dope, you gonna swing it to the shelf, dog?
No, they should have an open space for it.
Hey,
they keep a little space when they do that shit.
It'll be funny as hell if they keep records of everybody that's on camera playing VR and like they doing all that dumb shit like in real life, but they think they going hard.
Bro, what they put Max Payne in VR?
No, man, no, you gonna get a neck injury, man. I see
niggas sliding on tables.
I see neck injuries. I don't see it being practical in that way. Like translating like a straight up game that was a third person shooter into a VR game, that's redundant, ain't it? If you got a third person shooter in VR, that's redundant. Cause like VR is basically you putting yourself in a box if it's just gonna be you putting yourself in that first person box, first of all. If you're not first person, then that is, I don't know. I can't see myself being outside of a first person game and then playing VR. Like just being extra close to somebody and on their shoulders. Nah, you crazy. Nah.
Niggas on Facebook be making the shit funny. It's funny to watch. Like there's one dude I watch on Facebook that nigga be playing that Deadpool VR game. And that nigga be shooting out on people and beating them up with pins and shit. That'd be funny.
You say Deadpool?
Yeah, it's like a Deadpool VR type. Like the costume he got on is Deadpool. I don't know if it's just skin or not, but yeah, like and he got the duel with pistols and he could be shooting shit out of people.
It's probably
and beating their ass up with pans and stuff. It most likely, but it's funny. It's funny. But me actually like using one, nah. They try to sell a nigga with Madden. Nah, bro.
It seemed like whoever it is, like this VR, like it seemed like it's a step from that time when they was pushing the PlayStation Move and the Xbox Connect and all this stuff. It seemed like it's somebody keep trying to step up and present some shit, but nobody ain't fucking with that shit like that, dog. Nobody, dog. Nobody that I know. Like out of everybody that I know,
Connect was the stupidest shit I ever played.
Dog, I was so disturbed that one year when they tried to like push it. They tried to push it so hard. Like I remember it was like whole presentations where that's all that they was showing, dog. All them games that they showed at them presentations, I could tell you none of those names right now. None of them. I was like, you got like a few sports games trying to copy off that good old Wii. Shout out to the Wii. Couple of games with swords and shields. I couldn't tell you the titles of these. All this shit was so typical and so like the shit probably wasn't even made for gamers though. It was probably just made for casual people that was like, ooh, look, I got a game where I could slash and slang stuff around. Pause.
Man, the Connect, that shit, man, the move to Connect, it was just a waste of space. The Connect especially was a waste of space. Like That shit was like government officials. That's basically what that shit was. Government officials.
Force that shit on you, boy.
Bro, like you couldn't even access the internet
without that connect, man.
As soon as you plug that bitch in,
boy.
I remember one time.
Yeah, that's Fed technology right there. Shout out to
No, it was, because I remember we was playing 2K one time with the Connect. As soon as you cuss, you get a tick. I was like, nah, bro, unplug that shit quick. Unplug that shit. Fuck a game gonna get me a tick in real life.
What kind of shit is that, bro? I didn't know they was doing it. It was reading your language. It was reading your language and everything.
Cause the tech got a speaker, you could talk to it and stuff. Like, so it had commands. So like you could say Xbox, boom, and it'll do this or do that. So like we playing 2K and the Connect is hooked up. So as soon as you say, oh, I said fuck or something like that, like on a foul, I get a tick. I was like, I'm gonna throw this whole shit away.
It's all day right there. Text all day. Text all day around here. It's raw. It's raw around here. Got to tell the kids to leave the room sometimes. You know, it get deep sometimes.
Call of Duty bullshit.
Didn't Nintendo move away from the Wii remote and the nunchuck too?
It seemed, cause like from what I see with like the Switch, it seemed like the Switch is like an amalgam of basically it's almost like a Game Boy and a GameCube together. That's what it seemed like. I don't know.
But they went away from the motion sensor with the swinging with the sticks, right?
I want to say Dober might know about that more than anybody off up in here.
Mm-hmm. With the Wii, right?
With the Switch, like
their latest console is the Switch.
With their latest.
So didn't they get away from the Wii sticks
with the latest hardware, motion controls?
I mean, you got the
controller. Like the shit is still like motion control. Some games still are, but overall, it's not like a nunchuck. If that's what you're saying.
Yeah, but they still use it like they used on the Nintendo Wii.
No, hell no.
Oh, well, so see, look, the point I'm trying to say is. The point I'm trying to say is Nintendo already knew a while ago, hey, we did the Wii and the Wii U. We need to get away from that because that shit ain't going to make us no money. However, you got PlayStation with the VR, now a VR 2. Get that shit out of here. We didn't ask for that.
Dog, we do not need that. We would rather see some new ideas, or
thank you.
We would like to see some fresh new takes on, like, because like I said, it's only a few games this generation that's like, damn, they really got this shit loading up damn near instantly, or damn, I feel like this is the new generation, because I don't know if it's like they don't want to let go of the last generation. Like with these scalpers and shit, with them relaxing, this should open up the avenue for them to be like, all right, let's go with more PS5 like exclusives. Like we ain't got to worry about PS4. We ain't got to worry about making sure that the resolution and all that stuff is good for some shit that came out. PS4 been out for what, about eight years now, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, man, it's time for y'all to go ahead and catch up, man. The PS5.
How long did it take for them to like integrate, like to completely remove themselves from the PS3?
The PS3, dog, it was
like, didn't that take time? Like a good while.
Nah, because they pretty much said, shit, we got this new technology and we finna start coming through. The only thing the biggest thing that I could think of that was still on there, I think it was about a year and a half of games that was still coming out for both. That's like as far back as I could think of. Then after that, they started saying, all right, let's get it. Y'all want to be in y'all parties and y'all want to talk at the same time. Boom. Like, except for like big giant franchises like Call of Duty and stuff, they was like still trying to like put it on both of them. But most of the like independent games and all that stuff, or games that was like third party and all that, they was going straight to the fore, man. Speaking of,
them niggas wild.
Speaking of.
Insane, boy.
Speaking of games making big ass transitions and recalling the subject earlier, they had a Final Fantasy 16 showcase, a state of play as they call it, where Sony has these like presentations, and they dedicated this whole thing to Final Fantasy 16. All I can say is art emoji surrounded by flames.
I ain't watched it. Oh no.
Oh yeah, man. It's like from what I've seen, of course we all know that the person that's like the one who designed the combat system from it is the same one who did the combat for Devil May Cry. So, you know, coming in with the credentials, if you want to go play Devil May Cry and see what it's like to have precision and power and also still have to be on your toes to be evasive at the same time. And like that's what the gameplay is. And the story is going to be an epic story. They said the main character, his name is Clive, and the story is going to go from his teens to his 20s to his 30s. And, you know, I connected with that because I was like, oh, shit, y'all going from damn near like him being a kid all the way into his 30s, which is like where we at right now. So, you know, he going to be, I don't know if like the problems and shit going to escalate like how life is, like naturally when you go through those ages, and like what type of processes he going to be going through. And then he also, you know, everybody always got to have special talents and such. One of the biggest things in the presentation is whenever you fight throughout many times in the story, the summons is like one of the biggest things that they got, that they like showing off, because the summons is like epic. Like the same way how you fight at the end of almost every Devil May Cry when you got a super double trigger and it damn near changed like the whole game for that fight. That's how the summon fights is on there. Like that's all I can say without. I don't even know if I could call it spoiling. They showed so much. All I can say is watch the presentation for it.
Man, you gonna say you ain't spoiled shit, man. There's a whole video out.
Like the only thing that got me like thinking is, if a game, like I know it's gonna have its own Final Fantasy flavor, but if a game is coming with Devil May Cry's like fighting system, and we off up in the Final Fantasy world, I'm trying to see how they gonna balance it out with. Like I'm thinking, is they gonna make enemy stats so crazy that it's gonna take you like an hour to fight them with your stats if you underpowered, or is it gonna be like if you skillful enough, shit, you can rip through the whole fucking game? Like that's the only thing that I could think of, because you know Final Fantasy shit, it's gonna put some hours on the board. It's gonna be way more hours on average. Final Fantasy got way more hours than Devil May Cry.
And my question is, how much storage is this shit gonna take up?
If I was to go off Final Fantasy 7 remake, it might be up in like the 80s.
Yeah, I'll put it up there. Like I'm gonna put it
like 70 or 80.
I'm gonna put it over 60. I'm gonna put it over 60.
Definitely ain't doing damage like Call of Duty.
I'm cool.
I know where near that.
I'm cool with that. If you telling me under 100, I'm cool with that. But you telling me about 115, like 145, I'm like, what the fuck else can I do now? I might do a dober.
So K-Con, you say you plan on copping 16? Final Fantasy 16?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, I'm copping. Yeah, I'm copping it.
Yeah, like a motherfucker.
I'm dead serious.
They don't call it controversial for nothing.
I have 15.
Maybe it's because he's seeing that it's not turn-based combat like he did with Yakuza Like a Dragon.
I had 15. I never put 15 on the 5 because I got it on the Xbox, and I left it at that because that bitch was too many gigabytes. I just left it on there.
I'm gonna say I don't think 15 would be a cup of tea, because it was like the combat was live, but the combat was like more like,
I was cool with it. I played it.
It
not like deep, but I played like for a good while.
It was like a hybrid of Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy 12.
And I fucked up going out later at night on the game. Yeah.
Oh, you ran into some beasts. I see.
Yeah. Level 30s. Destroyed.
Shout out to the Dynamic Times. Oh, yeah. Tragic Trill story. K-Con wasn't aware that Like a Dragon
Instant delete.
He wasn't wearing that like a dragon.
Research, man.
They like a dragon had turn-based combat.
Instant delete.
So my man said, "Damn, that title look good. I sure want to play that game now."
So when they gave it to us for free that 1 month, shout out to PlayStation Plus. All we heard was him start the game like, "Yep, got that like a dragon downloaded," and it was silent for about a whole minute.
Oh, wow.
He started off the menu. I guess he got into the first combat situation. He said, "Oh no, they done." I know they ain't.
Boy.
All we could do is laugh. That's all.
I know they ain't do this.
His problem. Instantly knew what the problem was.
All we could do is just laugh. Oh man, shout out to Yakuza, man, with all the sequels and shit. I'm so intimidated.
They learned from that shit. They do that again.
I have Yakuza, what's it called, Kiwami, where they remade 0 and 1.
Much better. Much better.
I am intimidated by that whole series. But one thing that I do love about the Yakuza series is that it is like somewhat of a spiritual successor to Shenmue, ain't it?
I would say it is, yeah.
I would say like it's a lot of aspects in that game, like the details of the city, the interactions that you have, the mini games off up in the game.
A much better successor.
Like I did play like we was talking about, like we referenced that last episode. I did play what's it called Dark Paradise, Fist of the North Star. It ain't called Dark Paradise, right? Or
Lost Paradise.
Lost Paradise. Damn. Yeah. I did play that, and that had the same engine that Yakuza run on, and like even with that, running around in like a certain world and interacting with characters from like your favorite series, like how Fist of the North Star was. That shit was beautiful, and it was way more seamless and more action-packed than Shenmue. Shout out to Shenmue, though. It started some shit that definitely influenced the whole gaming industry at the time, especially with the quick time events and everything. But speaking of games with a lot of sequels, gee, you threw off up in the chat. Franchises.
Yeah, listen. I love the franchises that we're about to speak on. But they have to come to a stopping point. Do some spin-offs if you want to, but don't do a continuation of the same title with another extra number behind it. Okay, you got Final Fantasy. Y'all can pass. Y'all doing a good job. Good job. Now, Resident Evil.
Boy, knew that was coming.
Resident Evil. Y'all need to do some spin-offs on our favorite characters, because these numbers is going to have to come to a stop. I do not want my favorite gaming franchises to do a no shade, but full shade on some Fast and Furious type shit.
Family.
Oh, they coming for you. Family. They coming for you.
You gotta
Don't
stop.
Give a damn. Don't give a damn what you think, G. They coming for you.
Shout out to Vin Diesel. I heard he got plastic surgery.
One of my favorite action beat 'em ups, not beat 'em ups, but slash 'em ups, Dynasty Warriors. Y'all should have stopped at 5.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
I would have said 4.
At least 5 for me.
Tragic.
I was going hard for you to number 5. Number 6, y'all threw me out the door. Shit. Another one I gotta say is my favorite series, Assassin's Creed.
Oh my God.
Y'all made me cry with Black Flag. I love Black Flag. But after that, I was like, wait, Unity? Oh my God, yeah. Unity? No. Syndicate? No.
Did you
and
like
then y'all
Brotherhood?
went extremely overworked. Brotherhood was way before Black Flag.
I'm just saying, did you like Brotherhood?
Loved it. Loved the mechanics. Loved the whole having an assassination squad, and you can send them out to do special things. And when you're doing special things, guess what? They get power-ups. You can level up. I don't know if you know that deep into Brotherhood, but Brotherhood was magnifique.
I'm telling you now, I don't remember shit about it, and I played it.
The most controversial gamer alive.
If there is any assassin that you are to remember the story of, it is Ezio Auditore da Firenze. But it's okay.
Shout out to Assassin's Creed Revelations for having one of the coldest, cleanest, flameliest, I don't even think that's a word, cinematic trailers of all time.
Oh man, that trailer. Oh man, it had me hyped.
I cried a little bit when I see it.
Yeah, because I was like, Ezio, no! And then, man.
Boy, caught the troops.
Man, fighting on the beach and everything, man. Getting hit with an arrow, slapping the arrow, and then fighting legions of... Oh, man.
Templars.
You hear all the potential in all the games, but they dropped that trash-ass movie. Ain't that something? Ain't that something?
It's abusive out here in these streets, man. Man.
Very, very.
How you do all that? But drop that shit?
Hey, did any of y'all see the movie? That Assassin's Creed movie? Michael Fassbender getting tossed around by the Animus?
Nope.
You know what I remember about that movie?
K-Cut, did you watch it?
I was high.
He said,
the wife will tell you, we was in Denver. And all I remember is the outside of the movie theater and the end of the movie.
I can't believe you put your foot off up in that theater, man.
Credits. Credits.
You one of these dudes that be letting them green like these trash ass movies, dog. It'd be like, it's gonna sell something. Somebody gonna buy a ticket.
Bro, I didn't choose to go to the movie. I was just a ride along.
Alright, I got one question for the movie, man. It was when he was inside the Animus, was he?
Nigga, I don't remember nothing.
I'm trying to see if he was Ezio. I'm trying to see if he was what was his name? Hayden Kenway.
He was so white. I don't know who he was playing.
I think he was just a random dude, man.
Damn.
White nigga had a mechanical thing around his waist. I don't remember nothing else.
What was the first dude name in the first Assassin's Creed? Middle Eastern. I forgot his name. Start with
Altair. Ibla.
Yeah.
That's the full name.
They didn't chill out with these names, bro.
Man, come on, man. Even though the series did get repetitive, because you know when a series get repetitive, because they be like, hey, let's chill out with the year-to-year releases. Shit get kind of stale, I guess. But shout out to those first. I'm gonna say those first. Shit, even Black Flag had a nice cinematic trailer.
That's what I said.
Whoever do the cinematic trailers for those Assassin's Creed, those like first, I'm gonna say 4 numbered entries, and those Ezio entries, the side stories, Ezio's little side branch of games. Shout out to y'all, because those cinematic trailers, they fucking flames, dog. Flames.
Shit, even number 3 went hard.
Flames.
When Connor, a.k.a. Rahon Tageton.
See, I fucked up because Hayden Kenway is his dad. Oops, I fucked up.
That's his father.
That's my bad. Oops. Shout out to Connor Kenway, pouncing on people with tomahawks and jumping through the trees. Shout out to
him.
Hard. Yeah, that was hard.
Shout out to him, man.
Snowy.
Damn, man. See,
I love the snow scenery.
See, when we talk about shit like this, it get my mind going, man. Because, Assassin's Creed was one of the few series it kind of slowed down and started turning into some, like, goddamn me, Arkham, well, I was going to say Arkham Combat type shit, but it was one of the few series that was carrying the stealth genre on its back for a hot minute. After shit,
and then the stealth did not make sense.
It had public.
Later on.
It had public stealth. Like that first Assassin's Creed, you up in a robe, you standing with the priests and shit like that, or you.
Yeah, that's when it made sense.
Yeah. Like that was some stealth that we ain't seen before. Usually stealth is like, stick to the shadows, hide around the corner, peek around the corner. This was different. This is like, hey, you around in public, you trying to escape, you blending in with the crowd, you go sit on a bench next to the woman that's sewing and knitting, dudes running right past you. Crazy, man. That was a different time, man.
Killing money.
Yeah. That was a different time, man. Now it seemed like It sounded like Assassin's Creed was chasing after that Witcher bag. That Witcher bag, man. Big ass for no reason maps. Big ass maps for no reason. That's what I see whenever I haven't played Origins. I haven't played Valhalla.
Odyssey, Valhalla.
I haven't played them, but from what I've seen, big for no reason. Just a bunch. They call it the Ubisoft, what is it? The Ubisoft formula, where you just put a big ass map with a bunch of symbols and be like, hey, go touch everything. Nah, man. Nah.
Valhalla is, it's, I would just say,
Dover called it.
It's pretty repetitive. Like, okay, I'll say this. It's repetitive, and at the same time, it's just the theme is different. That's it. It's just a new theme. Vikings,
they like Vikings or something.
Yeah, Vikings. That's it. Well,
low key a part of Norse mythology too.
Yeah, that's it. It's cool. The layout's cool. The gameplay, I'll say it's better than a weak ass. Is it Origins? What's the one in Egypt?
It's definitely
that's Origins.
It's definitely Origins.
Definitely Origins.
It's better than that bullshit. Definitely.
Odyssey is more of Spartans.
300.
And I play Odyssey. Odyssey is okay.
Is Odyssey inspired by 300?
Okay. I give it just the Roman time, like not Roman Empire, but
I've been surprised
because
Trojan Wars. Yeah, that whole time frame.
Troy and all
mythology. Yeah.
Y'all, this is probably me reaching, but if you think about it, Odyssey came before Valhalla. And if you really think hard enough when it comes to PlayStation, you got God of War, the original, that was Greek mythology. Then you got the God of War 2018 and then Ragnarok, which is Norse mythology. Do you think that the developers at Ubisoft was like, you know what? Let's try to do some Greek shit and some Norse shit too? Is that kind of a reach?
It's definitely some influence because they do look at what's trending in the market. And God of War causes waves every time that it drops.
Oh my God.
It causes
I thought I was the only one.
Like, I say that, and I want to say that the MCU could have some influence too, because as soon as you see, Thor? Thor going wild at the box office, especially that was like when Thor was that Thor Ragnarok that came out around
Thor
that time?
Ragnarok, yeah.
He's a friend from work, yeah, like shit like that, man. Come on, man. Yeah. With that shit,
I'm gonna just say they just following concepts. I ain't gonna say they really trying to bleed off nobody. They just following concepts.
Like what be happening with a lot of games is like they don't know how long the development process be. They just be throwing ideas on the board. And most of the ideas be influenced. Like if I was a developer, I'd probably take my influence from something outside of what's trending, because especially in these times, the trends like fade away so quick, man. They fade away so quick. Like you I'll say this, like one thing that I am happy about that's going on in the industry right now, like for me, not being no expert or nothing, but I do be having like a little read on what's going on. I am so happy that all of these live service games are flopping and fucking up. Shout out to Anthem.
Whoa, boy.
Shout out to Anthem. Shout out to Suicide Squad getting delayed because everybody is throwing that trash sign on it. They saying that this shit
don't forget to throw Forspoken out there.
Grass bags. No, it wasn't a forced service. It wasn't a service game. Man, that was like a single player game. That was a single player game.
But didn't that thing get pulled though?
I can't.
Or you still able to buy it?
No, you could buy it, but the company that was with it, they got absorbed into another part. Like they got dismantled and absorbed. So
they shut down.
Well, y'all come on over here, because it was some nice. Like I got like in Forspoken, I will say that the user interface looked pretty good. Like the menus and shit, the way how you navigate it, it looked pretty good.
Man, get that out of here.
From what I see,
nobody cares about that.
I ain't played, dog. A good menu on the game, dog. Come on,
that's cool. But if the game ain't delivering, what good is that gonna do for you,
man? If you have a key menu and you get somebody off up in there, man, I'm just talking about.
I ain't paying $65 for no key menu.
I'm just talking about the nuance. I'm just talking about the nuance of the game. I ain't talking about the whole game.
$65 for that.
I ain't talking about the whole game.
They just hated on the character, man. They just hated on the character.
They was just trashing the dialogue. That's all they were.
Man. When I played the demo, it was solid.
I think whoever
I played that mug demo.
I think whoever did the dialogue or whoever was measuring the temperature on the dialogue, they was probably either a little out of touch or they didn't have no foresight in how this shit would go down. And I think they was like, yeah, give us some attitude. And they was like, all attitude and nothing else.
Too much attitude.
Yeah, it was like one dimensional. Like, if you notice, like some of our favorite characters, the ones who do get the personalities in games, because, you know, sometimes it's a choice to either give them a personality or to make them motherfuckers like, I don't know, a fucking satire or something. When they have personalities, man, like, I'll go to one of my favorite characters ever, Solid Snake. When they have a personality, man, you see them in a light where, like, they flirting with certain characters. Like, in the first Metal Gear, Snake is he flirting with the women that he meet. Like, he flirting with Meryl. He flirting with Mei Ling. He even fucking flirting with, like, Naomi a little bit. And then, like, in Metal Gear Solid 2, you step from being Snake. Even though it was controversial when we found out who the fuck is this Barbie doll looking ass. Mad. I was like, when am I gonna get to play Snake again after that tanker? I was like, my cousin was watching me play. He was like, you'll see him again. That's all he said. He said you gonna see him. I was like, oh shit. But
he just said see. He ain't say play.
Yeah. But when and like retrospectively, when you look at it, Snake is your fucking uncle, dog. In Metal Gear Solid 2, you get to see Snake as an uncle. And then when you see him from that perspective, you see him being a mentor to Raiden. You see him trying to protect Raiden from his crazy ass foster father. Dog, I'm geeking hard, dog. If you don't know nothing about the game, I'm geeking so hard. I'm geeking hard, dog.
Find a way to play, dog. If y'all ain't played it,
dog, if you ain't played Metal Gear Solid 2, man, that motherfucker foretold the future with all these memes and how social media directs the way how society feels about shit without even truly analyzing it. Oh, man. Come on, man.
Man, you know what happened to me when I played it.
Come on, man. I don't know, man. I would love to hear this story, though. I would love to hear this story, man.
Y'all told your story.
No.
I ain't never heard it, man. You talking about Metal Gear Solid 2? Oh, you talking about when you seen him jump off the bridge? You say you skipped the first cutscene or something like that?
No, man. I'm talking about when you climb to the vents, you look there and you see everybody doing the formations.
Oh, yeah, in the beginning with the Marines, tranquilizers. Yeah, MK2 pistol, legendary.
We ain't even make it past the tutorial chapter. Crazy.
Yeah, that was training, man. That was training. You said they all looked at you?
Man, because I was playing and then my brother played it. Nigga? My brother got far as shit in the game. I let him play it. I just watched it.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was it for me. And then I played Snake Eater and all that.
So basically,
Shout out to Roman. Shout out to Roman,
man. Maybe he'll come around one day. Basically, whenever you play Metal Gear, you see a whole bunch of exclamation marks.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, iconic.
Yeah, man.
Iconic. Yeah. When you see the green, like the green outlines of the font ice over the screen. Yeah, oh my god. Come on, man. Menus matter, man. Gamer interfaces matter. User interfaces matter, man.
Menus, music, all of that.
Everything. Even the littlest sound effects got a psychological effect.
Camera angles matter in a game. Promise you.
Of course they do, but it depends on the style. Yeah. It depends on the style, dog. You got an example of what you're talking about?
Man, I'm just talking about period, nigga. So if I'm running down some steps, the camera shouldn't be looking at me. The shit should be behind me.
Are you shooting shots at a certain series? Because I feel...
Gotta be.
I'm just saying, man. When I'm running, period, like an enemy shouldn't be in my blood. Like the camera shouldn't be looking daily at me, and I run right into it. No, I should already know this nigga's in front of me. Nah, man. I'm just saying.
Was there a certain game that did you like this?
No.
It's gotta be.
Them folks, when they hear this, they gonna know it's them. I ain't finna throw nothing out there for them. You know. And then when you turn the camera and go around, the fucking camera shouldn't go into the person's body. I mean, simple as that. Like,
are we talking about a third person, or are we talking about fixed cameras?
Yeah, we talking about third person. We talking about third person games. I'm just saying,
you know, it took a minute.
Got a name up in there. It took a name.
It took a minute. It took a minute for games to get that third person camera right. You know, like we said, I forgot if it was 2 weeks ago or last week, but Resident Evil was the one that everybody was like, "Oh, this is it. That shoulder is it."
Resident Evil 4 got that down right.
That shoulder,
goated.
That shoulder is the hot spot right there. Because before then, your third person camera, Max Payne. I think the reason why they put the jacket on is because that shit would have looked funny as hell if it was just him running around. And then, you know, even Grand Theft Auto, the later Grand Theft Autos, you see the camera hover more over the shoulder than like right behind them. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you moving around on Resident Evil, you could see at this angle where you could still kind of see Leon's face whenever he turned and move around. Instead of like that fixed third person where all you see is the back of their head. Shout out to the Hitman series. They, you know, like part of the Hitman series, when they gave Agent 47 that barcode on the back of his head was to, like, you know, make him unique instead of just looking at the back of a bald head the whole game.
So who originated the over shoulder? Like, I know it ain't Batman. Somebody else.
What do you mean?
Like over the shoulder, like how God of War looks now and all that. Like that over the shoulder angle.
If I had to put my
close up over the shoulder, the first thing that comes to my mind is Batman, but I think it's something else. Because remember when Amazing Spider-Man tried to pull it off and it was cool, but then it wasn't.
I can't put my finger on who started it for a fact, but Resident Evil was the one who stamped it. Mm-hmm. That Resident Evil 4 was the one who stamped it. And then
it's like, hey, you ain't doing it right. Watch this shit. They came out with that.
They stamped it. And like even now, like, you know, the reason why I love this shit, because this shit just keep getting better and better. Like Resident Evil 4, like I said, the shit that you doing off up in there is shit that you can't do in that first one, and it's still in its own lane. But the mechanics in that first Resident Evil 4, for what they are, it stands on its own still. It still stands on its own. It's still like the mechanics was perfect for Mercenaries. Perfect. I ain't even played Mercenaries in the new one yet, but I know like the precision and the arcade style of Mercenaries, the controls in Resident Evil, the first Resident Evil 4, the OG 4, those was like arcadey as hell. Like Leon got like perfect aim whenever he aim. It ain't too much like wiggle and shit with the laser. The laser is pinpoint accurate. And whenever he get those whenever he get the little CTE kicks, suplexes and shit, that shit was perfect for the time. What is? Hold on. I ain't see this topic yet. I ain't see this topic. You said something about remove invisible walls?
Yes.
Oh, he said, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, in case you don't know,
break that down for me.
In case you don't know, this is specifying to RPG type games, or in general games where you are on the edge of a cliff, and instead of you tumbling over that cliff on your own, it just has you either run in their place or you just had to stop. You just had to stand still. That's what's called an invisible wall.
You think that's bad or what?
I think it is bad for certain games. For example, M-rated games, rated M for mature. Okay, I think it's not too gruesome on a rated M game if your character is on the edge of a cliff or something, and just like Elden Ring, you make the wrong step and wrong move, you fall over.
You gotta have limits.
You want to at least
you can have your limits, but we're talking about certain types of games.
Bro, every time you do a fucking roll, do you want to roll the side of something and die after you just got done trying to fight a boss or some shit like that?
That's where Skittles come in play. Skills.
Now that roll button, it ain't always gonna work in your favor at times, dog. You roll too far over, and you like right on that 10th of an inch of health for this nigga, and you dodge that last move.
I got a question for y'all.
Side or some shit? I
got a question for y'all. How did y'all do in Elden Ring?
Elden Ring kept. I think everybody could attest that Elden Ring kept you on your toes.
Okay.
Now, it was plenty of times I accidentally rolled off to my death, though.
Shout out to Leak. Short.
Ain't that shit annoying?
A short tragic trill story.
Shit does get annoying.
Leak invited me and Dober into a game to fight a boss. He ran through the fog and immediately fell off of a cliff.
If you had that footage, it would be lovely.
We didn't save it.
I wish.
Too
busy laughing. Dog.
I wish I did, but I was in disbelief when I said, "Hey, did you just fall?" Because I seen him run through, and when I went through the fog, I didn't see him again.
It's just like if somebody's here is playing a great fighting game, and you're blocking, and the momentum of the blocking is getting you forced back to the edge, and then that one little kick pushes you off the edge. You're gonna be pissed off.
Nah, I don't mind it. Like I actually like what G talking about, because G is saying that he gets taken out of the experience when he smacks into air and he can't move nowhere.
Yes.
Like I would love, especially M-rated games. Like I like it when M-rated games where if you make a mistake, you like get fucked up. Like shout out to Resident Evil and K-Con always trying to down Leon for getting his clavicle cracked open with a chainsaw. But
man, fuck a little tiny ass pocket knife wants to block a fucking chainsaw. Come on.
Like I want to say,
lost all limbs and
military
fingers.
Government training, dog.
Bro, you can't block a chainsaw with a fucking knife, man.
Yeah, I didn't ask for that mechanic either. I didn't ask for that either.
The shit's unreal.
Like
it's a video game, man. It's a game.
Do that shit in real life. Watch what happens.
It's a game.
Do that shit in real life.
Like even
difference. It's a huge difference.
Let somebody fall off of a cliff and like for M-rated games, you know what I'm saying? Let the kneecap pop out of the socket, out of the skin or something. I don't know, man.
Okay, cool.
Don't
cool.
fall.
You allow that, you lose everything. Cool. We're gonna do like that. You lose everything. Fuck it. You lose everything.
What you mean, K-Con? What you mean?
You lose everything. It's over. You lose everything.
Are you talking
start off? Yeah.
I'm laughing because he keeps saying you losing everything. He ain't specified.
I think he talking about the From Software games, because you do lose.
Everything when you die.
Anything
that lose your skills.
Anything that could have made you stronger and shit, it's fucking out of there. It's out the window.
Yeah, roll off that cliff if you want to. Game over, nigga.
I mean, yeah.
Now you're gonna want them walls. You're gonna want them walls then.
Shout out to the games. Shout out to the games.
I want invisible walls.
Oh, you want assistance. K-Con want assistance. G wants to be immersed.
Yeah. I want that shit to be real life.
G wants
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it on certain games.
This is why I said M-rated games.
I'm just saying certain games.
I'll say
it don't matter what. It don't matter the rating to me at all. Just certain games.
I'll say like
a little ass kid don't want to see.
Like look, I'll put it like this. Like, cause like a good contest that I could think of is Crash. Crash ain't M-rated. But whenever you make a mistake on Crash, it has the funniest way of letting you know that you fucked up. Like when he touched the TNT box and all you see is him get smoked and his shoes land on the ground.
Yeah, and the boxes land on the little polar bear head.
That shit is fucking
I used to love when I used to see him fly up to heaven. When he used to fly up to heaven, that was funny.
Oh, you talking when he turned into a ghost?
Yes,
or an angel and he fly up?
Yeah. Playing that flute, yeah.
And you touch the nitro boxes. Yes. All you see is his fucking eyeballs hit the ground. That's it.
Eyeballs hit shoes.
Hey, was there invisible wall Mario Kart on a rainbow?
He's about not 360, 64.
Yeah.
I want to say on the sides.
It was like barriers. Yeah, you couldn't like go off course.
It was barriers.
It was on the sides.
Straight Rainbow Road.
Unless she was on Rainbow Road.
On Rainbow Road, you could fall.
That's what I'm talking about. I thought it was straight Rainbow Road.
Yeah, on Rainbow Road,
no
you
limit
could
on Rainbow Road.
Yeah, it was pits. Oh yeah, no borders. Yeah. It used to be some dumbass shortcuts on Rainbow Road too. That you if you know how to drift across some shit, you could jump across. You could jump across. I remember doing it as a kid on accident.
You could like skip half the course if you knew what you was doing.
Yep.
Just like roll off the edge.
See, I think kids would like assistance nowadays. Cause games like Spyro, any platform game would piss you off if you didn't know how to jump correctly and you didn't make it every time. Kids want to.
Have you ever played? You ever played some of them old games? The response time on the button presses was off.
Spyro especially Crash. Yeah. Especially
Spyro
Crash.
is horrible at, especially with the gliding technique. Bro, that shit was made to make it.
It is like off to the point where like if I play any older games, like games that was on like PS1, I gotta readjust my whole like psychology when it come to jumping. I'm like, okay, I gotta wait a half a second before I jump to press the button to make sure I don't fuck up. Cause like games back then was just like, hey, you better be happy that you can jump. You better be happy that you can have a reflex, because we just now starting this shit. You know, the kids would not
double jumping was not a thing at the time.
The kids
double jump was not a thing.
We've been dealing with mechanics. When I say mechanics, we've been dealing with this shit like, I don't know, this shit done. We done seen this shit the evolution of mechanics is insane to what it is right now.
Like, I don't think my mind could take it. Going back and trying to play Banjo-Kazooie, I don't think my mind could. I couldn't do it.
See, I could play damn near anything, because whenever I get some, like when I played through Jackie Chan's Stuntmaster, I might stream it one day or something, because shit is just so legendary. Like when I played through it, I was like, I couldn't fuck with this shit as a kid. As a kid, I'm sitting up here jumping off like market, whatever they want to call them, market rooftops. Jackie bounces off of them and does flips. That shit was insane as a kid. I was like, oh shit, I can't jump across these rooftops with these mechanics. But now as an adult, you start finding out, all right, you got to have some patience with it. You got to have some graceful effort. You know, if you too thirsty, if you too thirsty with your button presses, you going to fuck up every time. That shit teach you how to be graceful with it. But like with that shit, that's just how I had to do it in order to beat it from being a kid. You know, that's like, I don't know, that's some shit that's good for you. Like, go back, like the same way how you go back and watch movies and you see it from a different perspective. Now that you done lived a little bit of life, you know what I'm saying? Like the same thing happens with games. When you go back to retro games, see if you could conquer that game now. See if you could.
Oh, like, I've definitely done that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to say Dover said, you say you just did it with Zelda, Dover? What was that, Ocarina of Time?
Yeah.
You probably cut through it way smoother than you would damn near 20-something.
Oh, yeah. As a kid, yeah, I cut through that mug like way smoother than I would have.
Yeah.
Like now it's like get a better perspective on shit. But like, I don't know when the game came out. Maybe 98, 99.
Yeah, the game came out in 98.
98. As an 8-year-old, I would not have been able to do that at all.
Yup.
I would have took the game back. Like, no chance.
That shit would have been like running into a wall.
Shit. When I got it around that time, I was still a kid Link the whole time, because I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
You was probably like running around, like, oh, I can run around.
Because you know, Navi is there the whole time telling you where to go and what to do, but I was so amazed at the 3D graphics and being able to go wherever you want. I wasn't paying attention to her.
3D was fucking groundbreaking back in 98.
Just like, how do y'all beat this back then? That's
right.
Crazy. This don't make sense.
Nah,
okay, is there one game that you just wouldn't tolerate to go back and try to beat?
You said that I wouldn't tolerate?
That you wouldn't? That you was like
when you say that, you mean any game or something that we played and that we just wouldn't go back to?
Something that you play as a younger you, just like, if it fuck with me then, it's probably gonna fuck with me now, and I just ain't got.
Like no lie, whenever I see anything that I played back then, especially if I couldn't comprehend it back then, I always try, man. Cause I really didn't, to be honest, I don't know what to call it. I don't know if I call it being fortunate or what. I didn't really choose to. I can't think of too many games that I'd be like, man, this shit fucking trash as a kid. I can't really think of too much because when you can only buy 2 or 3 games a year, you make sure your choices matter, dog. Make sure your choices matter, man. That's how it was as far as me.
I'm trying to think of one seriously, but I mean, I'm trying to think of one seriously. The only one I can probably think of is like Turok. I wouldn't go back and play that. That's probably it. Anything else, I'm cool with. But Turok is just, I can't do it. Like, it just annoys me to the point of like, I just want to throw the fucking cartridges out the window.
I'm trying to think.
I hate hearing.
Believe it or not, I had one.
I don't think I got one.
Believe it or not, I had one. Y'all gonna be shocked.
What you got, G?
It was the OG Resident Evil 2. Them tank controls. when I messed with them as a kid, I was still stuck at the part, the damn, the 18-wheeler that blew up at the beginning. And all that fire.
I can't really.
Now, that was me as a kid.
I can't really.
But then,
I can't really.
believe that one.
Here's the thing. That's when I was fearful of rated M games like that as a kid. But then after playing Resident Evil 4, when I got older, I was like, you know what? Got the PS3, and I re-downloaded the old RE2, conquered that motherfucker. And I didn't even think I could because of the tank controls. But once I got the controls down, it was smooth sailing.
No lie, I think Resident Evil 3 might be mine, then, if you going that way. I didn't beat Resident Evil 3 until it came out as like a classic on the PS3.
Yeah.
That was my first time beating that game.
I felt accomplished.
Like that one and the original Resident Evil 1. That was the first time.
So are y'all, I'm trying to see, are y'all saying stuff that you couldn't beat as a kid that you came back and beat? Or you talking about stuff, I thought K-Con said something about stuff that you wouldn't play right now or something like that. That you played back then.
Yeah, I'm saying those were games that I used to be like that with. But I just went back anyway to see, okay, is it still going to be fucking with me like it did when I was a kid?
This game still bullshit or not?
Right, is it still bullshitting?
I think Turok just got that place in my heart where like, it ain't going to so fuck it.
No, I take it back. I do got one. Probably Sonic 2. Sonic 2. I couldn't beat that game as a kid. It was always like me stopping at the little oil stage. That was it.
That's about to bring me back to something.
But then that little collection came out on the 3, and it had all 3 Sonic games on there. And I played that mug, went right through it.
Sliced.
I do, it is one game I do want to run through. Manhunt. I want to run through Manhunt.
See, I had a cousin that had it. Well, I had a cousin whose father had it. They didn't even want us touching it, dog. It was so sadistic. But I played it.
It is.
I heard
it is, bro. I played it.
Manhunt 2 got rated A. It got rated A and got snatched out of the stores. Like,
got rated AO.
It didn't make it long in the stores.
You know this shit got to be ferocious if it's not even for like anything sexual. That mug got rated A for violence. I was like, oh,
bro, it was so bad because of like how you killed people.
It taught you how to kill people in real life.
Bro, it was so sadistic about it, bro. It must have been
some crazy details in them kills.
Now, obviously, the graphics wasn't as detailed as they are nowadays, but still.
It looked like GTA 3 graphics.
GTA 3.
It came out at the same time.
It was made by Rockstar.
That's back when Rockstar was pushing the envelope. They was like, you know what? We're going to make a whole game called Bully. All this shit coming out with these kids and all that stuff. Make a game called Bully. Rockstar was going hard back then, man. They was going hard, man. Now, I would throw GTA 5 in part of what G was talking about with some franchises that need to relax.
Stop.
So you finally agree with me with GTA 6 then?
What you mean?
Leave that shit alone, bro.
Nah,
what else can you do?
I ain't saying nothing about GTA 6. I said GTA 5. Like, GTA 5 is something different about it. It's like a whole... It's more than a game, dog. GTA 5 is more than a game. And like I said, it's something about it that's just... It's not pushing the gaming culture forward. It's just making
Let's call
money,
it a toxic community.
But what else can you do? Like, for real, what else can you do with GTA?
Dog, it's a lot of room for GTA to do some shit. Like, it's a lot of room to make a lot of life into the mechanics. Like, if they get it right. But right now, they've been so stuck on GTA 5, it ain't been no Bully 2.
Don't want to do nothing else.
They had games.
I just don't see it, bro.
They had other games that was in development. What was the game that they had? It was called like Agent or something like that. I don't know if it got trans. It was like other games that Rockstar had in development, but they was like, shit, we getting money over here, shit, shit. But yeah,
know what made me mad, dog? I found out that they wanted to do Bully 2. They was at the round table talking about it, but they never mind.
Y'all niggas really chose to send out more DLC.
Dog.
Let's just do some more Grand Theft Auto DLC.
It's like
it made me so upset.
I don't think GTA was made to be a service. I think they was like, it's made to be around for some time, but I know it wasn't made to be around for 10 years or whatever they trying to push this shit to.
Man, they just hit heavy with it, and little kids and other people just kept picking up, and just kept it going.
Yeah, man.
Like that shit. They treating that shit like Dynasty was supposed to be. You see what happened to them niggas.
When you say Dynasty, you mean Dynasty Warriors?
I mean, not Dynasty, Destiny. I said Dynasty. Destiny.
I think Destiny handled it a little bit. Like, I think they handling the way how they service stuff. I think they handle it a little bit better than GTA. It seemed a little bit more genuine. The only thing about Destiny that I dislike the most is that shit is made for like pretty much kicking it with the homies and playing action shooter RPG, cause I couldn't even tell you what the story of Destiny is. I remember it's like this big ass white ass, I don't know, marble in the sky. They call it the Traveler, and you fight fucking aliens on the moon. After that, I don't even think they knew where they wanted the story to go. Like, you defending because everybody started attacking the home in the second one. Y'all make a base in the forest. I couldn't tell you nothing after that. I think, like, with the service shit, they don't even know how to make a game that end, dog. They didn't know how to put the shit down. That shit go back to what G said. Sometimes you got to know when to let that shit land. Because if that shit ain't got no direction, you finna start doing shit that don't make sense, or you finna start letting people write shit that don't make sense. Hey, man, we need some new story, man. We got some new DLC coming. What's the story for it?
It's been 2 games and everything else is DLC. That's it. 2 games and everything else is DLC.
Yeah, man. People is just there to get fucking armor pieces and guns that got a label on them that say legendary or epic on them. That's it. And they just want to see some shit with some stats up. That's it. And that shit is like bare bones to me, dog. That's why I'm so happy that games like Final Fantasy is dropping. I'm finna, as soon as we get through with this, I'm gonna start playing Jedi Fallen Order, because I'm probably not gonna get it day one, but Jedi Survivor, I'm gonna get it. Because I played Fallen Order for like 2 minutes. And I was like, this shit is different.
It's different.
This shit is different. This shit, they trying to step into something. They trying to step into something. I can see it when you start up the menus and shit. You see the EA flash across the screen and all that shit. This shit, I was like, oh, okay. Because one thing that I do like it was at one point where EA was like, man, we only gonna make multiplayer games. We only gonna make we ain't doing single player games. We scrapping them. But then they had to go back on their word, and like one of the first games that they put out was that Fallen Order, and they was like, oh shit, sales is up. Oh shit, the game is innovative. Oh shit, you get to customize a lightsaber. So yeah, man, shout out to that. And speaking of
my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I think one of their biggest Star Wars games we had at Battlefront. Battlefront. Yeah, Battlefront. That's one of their biggest ones.
Yeah, Battlefront is big, because you know Star Wars. If you throw Star Wars on damn near anything, it's gonna kick off with some sales. You know, the name is just shit. The name is just monumental at this point when it comes to me.
I think they just said today they finna release Battlefront 3. They're trying to bring it back to the table. So yep. Yeah, gotta release it.
I know Battlefront 2 came out with them controversies because they said that the grind was steep as hell. But other than that, like, you know, Star Wars done grew on me over the years as an adult. Because when I started really just looking at it, back when I was a kid, it should be like, oh, special effects, robots, and a whole lot of talking in between that used to put me to sleep as a kid. But then as an adult, you know, you start looking into it, you start thinking, oh, George Lucas got like a whole lot of like spiritual undertones in this, and it's like Star Wars. I wouldn't even call that shit futuristic. I would call that shit like it's like a fantasy, like the same way how Knights and Dragons is back in the past. He does it where like it's a fantasy world that's set in a futuristic setting. It's a fantasy world.
In different dimension.
Yeah, and it's like a big part of it, especially with the Jedi and everything. It's about like it got the samurai culture undertones is off up in it.
Yeah,
like, you know,
I remember.
Go ahead.
Nah, I was gonna say I remember what had me. I don't know why. I'm still not a big Star Wars fan like that. I mean, I like the action type Star Wars game, but the first Star Wars I ever owned was it's the one on GameCube. I actually owned two of them: the Racer's Revenge and
Rogue Squadron.
The Emperor's Strike. What was the one you shoot at the Death Star and all that stuff?
Empire Strikes Back.
I
don't know.
Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights of the Old Republic.
I remember that one.
That was like what, PC and Xbox?
Yeah, but it was man, whatever that one where you are using just all the spaceships and all that stuff. Forgot what it was called. Had it on GameCube. Damn, what was that shit? I can't remember, but that was the one I had where like you know, got to blow up the Death Star. You do all the big starfighting missions throughout the movies and stuff that came out at that time. But other than that, I was like, as a kid, I was like, man, when can I play a game where I can use a lightsaber and all that stuff? And then when Knights of the Old Republic came out, I was like, I'm not a big fan of stuff like that. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, Knights of the Old Republic is more like an MMO, right?
Yeah, but then when what was that one that came out on Xbox 360 and PS3?
That Star Wars Unleashed.
Force Unleashed. When those came out, that's what grabbed me. That's what grabbed me because it had the menacing type. That nigga just killing everybody. That's what grabbed me. And then you had on the movie. Man, that's what took me for a Star Wars right there. And you know, lock. But yeah.
Real good.
And then I guess the last thing we're gonna talk about is good old Warzone coming around with season 3, where evidently things done changed.
Bonkers.
I don't know what the fuck done happened. I ain't looked at none of them YouTube videos to see the specifics. But after all that shit, we managed to squeeze a Vic out. Now,
beautiful.
Now, I don't know what the hell they got going on up there. I don't know if they trying to cater to all the people that keep leaving comments talking about, I miss how the game used to be, or if they actually trying to push this shit in a certain direction to make it more fair for everybody. I think they stuck in between it. They trying to cater to people that's like, I don't know, people that's obsessed with the game and shit like that. Like, oh my God, I love jumping around and doing a 360 sniper rifle hard scope shot. Or if they like, hey, if you tactical and y'all do this shit right, you can win. I'm not one of these people that be doing all the trick shots, man. I like a game where if you use the tactics right, and if you get your stealth game right, then hey, you deserve a chance at a Vic like we did.
I think they catering more towards those who are giving them microtransactions.
Ooh, catering to the cash.
Mm-hmm.
Catering to
they
the
gonna
cash.
listen to the ones who's gonna spend that cash for that dub.
It was a big ass trend, dog. It was a big ass trend on the Twitters where everybody was tweeting out. What was they tweeting out? Warzone 2 is what, a disappointment? That's what they were saying. That's what I was seeing.
Along the lines.
That's what I was seeing. Like I said, man, I don't take Call of Duty serious, man. Call of Duty is for gang activities with the homies.
Yeah, it's fun. It ain't serious.
I do not hang my whole gaming vibe on Call of Duty, man. If y'all out there hanging everything on Call of Duty, like, man, we needed y'all to put out this game right here and y'all didn't even do it right. They is trying to see how to, I don't even know if it's called innovate or if it's called like relax they wallets, because they saying they was going to let this game cook for 2 years. I don't know if that means we're going to take our time patching it up where it need to be patched up, or if that means that they're going to have to figure out how to keep adding modern day guns in and like spread it out over the course of 2 years. I have no clue, but y'all know that whenever a new update or some shit drop, it can't cater to everybody. That shit can't cater to everybody, man.
Always somebody who gonna be pissed.
Y'all fucking up if y'all think this shit finna cater to everybody. It already make me like I be uncomfortable with the shit because I will tweak a gun and that motherfucker will slaughter. But if I hop on the game one day and I log in and I see update is happening, shit, you don't know if your gun gonna be the same. You don't know. You don't know that.
Turn that bitch into a Nerf gun.
You don't know, man. You don't know. You don't know until you aim down. You don't know until you aim down on somebody and you like, God damn, that motherfucker ain't failed like he usually do. Like this shit used to be like about
50 bullets taking off one plate instead of all 2 and 3.
When the fuck is fucking sniper rifle bullets just do one hit of quitters? Come on now.
You know
niggas ain't even that cold.
They had been asking for that. They had been asking. Shout out to the beggars. They had been asking for it, and next thing you know, people got what they thought they wanted. Next thing you know, some people got what they did not want.
This ain't good. What the fuck is this? What did they do to my gun?
Some people got some shit that they thought they wanted, and then they found out, oh shit, this is different. We off up in a big ass wide open sand field. This shit is different. I don't know, what'd you say, K-Con?
No, I'm cool with the tempered shit, but damn, like, fuck I had a tempered on and I get hit with a sniper rifle and this game over. Come on, dog.
They need to make all them guns good.
Come on,
dog. That's what I used to love. Like, I say, like,
I'm tired of trying to fucking retool classes, man.
I love when games had it didn't have you. I think it was Borderlands that started that shit where, hey man, we got a bajillion guns. But like when you try to put, like, I guess I don't know if Call of Duty try to appeal to gun enthusiasts and shit, because the details in the guns, they always undeniable and shit. Reloading, you see the smoke coming out of the chamber when you shoot it. You see the gleam and shit when you step into different types of light, the shadows. All that shit always look good in Call of Duty. But when it comes down to falling in love with a gun and liking it based on the way it shoot, the mechanics of it, they don't show no love to that shit, man. They just be like, hey, we finna get ready to nerf this gun, so even though that motherfucker probably got bigger caliber bullets and the firing rate is insane, it's still gonna take like half of a P90 clip to put somebody down. 25 bullets in the P90. You can sit up there with a fucking stopwatch when you shoot somebody with a P90. That shit don't make no fucking sense, man. But yeah, man. Shout out to y'all, man. That Vic that we pulled off. Clutch City. That's all I can say. Clutch City.
Video is staying.
Clutch City. I got like the last. I got the last 15 minutes, so I got the whole buyback situation when we got like the first death where we all got killed when they rode up on us in the Jeep, to the buyback, to the sand field craziness at the tanker, to G being a sacrificial lamb out there in the field, being a decoy or whatever. I don't know. Hey, G, did you mean to be a decoy at the end that time?
I was looking for the, what they call them? I was looking for, what do we call ourselves at the end? Third party. I was looking for the third party because I knew y'all was fighting a team that was separate from the other team. And I was just looking for the other two. Yeah, I was trying to see where the other team was flanking at.
Bet.
And so they was coming towards me because they saw me versus y'all. And I knew y'all had eliminated the team, so I was trying to bring them towards me.
And you gave them like the perfect diversion because we shot them in the side of the shoulders.
Breaking plates and all, man. Breaking plates and all.
Oh, man.
Did we even have our loadouts when we?
Nope.
Remember, G, I ran to get mine. You don't need that. And I ran and got my shit anyway.
I think I bought at least one gun from the buy station.
If I didn't do that, I had one clip. I needed it.
Like from the footage that I seen that Dober shared, the hemlock. I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, but evidently when something is in the front row of the store to buy it, that motherfucker is not getting nerfed anytime soon. So I guess that's a sure sign.
Right.
Oh man. But yeah, that's all the topics right there. What we got? G, you coming with a quote? Anybody else want to come with a quote?
I got you right here. This is a classic one. Old times. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day.
Ooh.
Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. Ooh. Namaste. That's it.
Mechanics.
Ooh.
Hey y'all, that's it for the Shut My Door podcast. We're gonna catch y'all next week with more flames.